In this instructional video, we will be assembling the handle of a Lifetime Mammoth basketball system. First, coat the bolt with a layer of dark lithium grease. Then attach the handle brackets and large plastic spacers to the pole using the hardware indicated in the instruction manual. Make sure the handle brackets are both oriented so that the handles on the brackets are closer to the bottom of the pole, as shown. Do not over-tighten this hardware. The spacers and handle brackets need to be able to rotate freely around the bolt. Coat another bolt with the lithium grease provided. Then use the bolt and spacers shown to attach the handle to the handle bracket. Make sure the grooves on the end of the handle are facing up toward the top of the pole and that the hardware is not too tight. Now coat a third bolt with dark lithium grease. This bolt will go in the hole location at the end of the handle bracket, leaving one open hole location in between this bolt and the last one. Ensure the 1/2-inch plastic washers are inserted between the handle brackets and the handle assembly. Do not over-tighten this hardware. Locate the gas springs and make sure the gas spring covers fit over them as shown. The covers will fit loosely over the gas springs until secured later in the assembly. Now align the holes in the gas spring covers and the gas springs with those on the pole brackets. Secure them, again making sure not to over-tighten the hardware. Check to see that the gas springs are fully able to rotate freely on the bolt before continuing. Coat the trigger pin with white silicone grease. Do not use the dark lithium grease here as it can damage the gas springs. Insert it through the upper set of holes at the bottom of the gas springs. If there is any difficulty inserting the pin, loosen the handle hardware, insert the pin and retighten the hardware, making sure not to over-tighten. Coat this next bolt in white silicone grease. Again, do not use the dark lithium grease here. Have someone hold each lifter arm in position while you start the bolt through the right side of the handle bracket, through a spacer, then through one lifter arm. The bolt continues through the handle assembly, a large spacer, the lock bracket, a gas spring, a long plastic spacer, then out through the same parts and hardware in the opposite order. In this instructional video, we will be assembling the extension arms of a Lifetime Mammoth basketball system. Slide a bolt through the pole with a long rubber spacer on either side of the pole. Now attach the left and right cam plates to the lower extension arm assembly. Please note the left and right cam plates. Next, after coating the bolt with dark lithium grease, attach the lower extension arms to the pole using the hardware shown. Make sure to have 1 or 2 people continue to hold the lifter arms. Tighten the nut only until it is flush with the end of the bolt. Now line up the holes in the lifter arms with those in the cam plates. Attach the lifter arms to the cam plates with a plastic spacer in between each. Again, tighten the nut until it is flush with the end of the bolt. Attach the upper extension arms using the hardware shown in the instruction manual, once again making sure to coat the bolt with dark lithium grease. this instructional video, we will be assembling the backboard to the pole of a Lifetime Mammoth basketball system. At least 2 adults are required to complete this assembly. To prevent serious injuries, the pole should be held in place by at least 1 adult at all times. First, attach the lower extension arms to the backboard. Make sure to include a washer between the backboard and each extension arm. Now attach an upper extension arm to the backboard. This assembly requires the use of 3 washers as well as the nut and bolt. Use the open end of the wrench to tighten the hardware. Repeat this to attach the remaining extension arm to the backboard. In this instructional video, we will secure the pole of a Lifetime Mammoth basketball system to the ground. Please do not proceed with this portion of the assembly until the concrete from earlier in the assembly has been allowed to cure for at least 3 days. Please note, at least 6 adults are required to complete this part of the assembly. Stack a lock washer and a 5/8 washer onto each of the exposed threads of the J-bolt assembly. Line up the slotted holes in the plate at the bottom of the pole with the 2 exposed J-bolts closest to the playing surface. Push the plate against the bolts to ensure all the holes will align. Have at least 6 people lift the pole upright so the bolts slide through the slots. Avoid scraping the bolts with the pole plate as this can damage the threads. Have 5 people continue to hold the system while 1 person secures a washer and a nut in each bolt position on the plate. Make sure the backboard is level and perpendicular to the playing surface. Then add a nylon cap to the end of each J-bolt. In this instructional video, we will be assembling the rim to the backboard of a Lifetime Mammoth basketball system. Slide a 3/8 flat washer onto 2 bolts. Have 1 person hold the rim in place on the front of the backboard, then insert the bolts into the upper set of holes in the rim housing and out through the plate in the backboard on the other side, and secure the hardware as shown. Now slide a bolt and washer through each of the lower set of holes in the rim housing. Secure these bolts to the plate on the backboard as well. Next, attach the rim cover plate. Attach the net to the rim. Have 1 person adjust the height of the system while another measures the distance from the top of the rim to the playing surface. When 10 feet is reached, mark where one of the gas spring covers meets the gas spring. Line up the 10-foot line on the height sticker with the mark on the gas spring, then apply the sticker. Apply white silicone grease to the trigger pin and to the release pins on each gas spring. Be careful to only use silicone grease during this step, as lithium grease may damage the gas springs. Your Lifetime Mammoth basketball system is now complete.